Afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon.
Another great win on Tuesday, our best league run now since the 90s, nonetheless.
Wow. Well, it's always nice when you string a few results together at the right time. And but I thought, the first half, I thought Sheffield played very well against us. And we had to show a bit in the second half in particular, and I was delighted with the response. Because second half was very, very decent. Of course, we've capped it off with a wonderful goal. But all through it, always a difficult game when we go to Sheffield, but that now Sheffield, Forest, Middlesbrough in the last 3 games to win them all is a testament to the squad, because it's only a month ago that we went to Middlesbrough with 9 people injured or sick or whatever it was. So today, this morning, I've got practically everybody fit, which can be a good thing. And at the right moment now, we give ourselves a chance.
Were you just about accepting that it was going to be a good point on the road?
Yeah, it just comes a time when you think, do you know what it is? This is going to be difficult for anybody to come and win here. I've said before the game, I'm a big admirer of Chris and what he's done. But that bit of quality from Snoddy at the death, great run from Elmo to take the fullback away, and that's just that real bit of quality of what Snoddy can give us. And you know, he's performed fantastically well of late, and let's hope that can continue.
Yeah, that quality. What's been the secret to his upturn?
Just quality, just that bit of quality, and being well liked. He's all of a sudden now he understands that he's the crowd favourite, and we respect what he does here on the training ground. And never easy when you're on loan and you've got a family and up and down the country like he is, but he's enjoying his football, and I think that's the most important thing for Snoddy. You can tell when he's enjoying himself, and of course, the reason why we brought him here is that bit of quality, from set pieces or assists to goals. He's been a fantastic acquisition.
Speaking of acquisitions, Lewis Grabban joined on deadline day. How pleased were you with that signing?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was no secret with the loss of Codger. I didn't want to go into a situation in 5-6 weeks' time where, you know, we maybe lost Keenan Davis or Scotty Hogan turned his ankle, which he's done a couple of times, and at the most important time was scrabbling around for a striker. We've brought an experienced one who's had a good start to the season in a difficult circumstances for him. So he's been around the block a bit of know-how. And on top of that, a very, very good player. So we're delighted with of what we've done in the window. Again, I think we've strengthened with Axel and with Lewis. So we welcome them for the next 2, 3, 4 months, and hopefully they can take us where we want to get to.
Yeah, his goal scoring record speaks for itself, even this season.
Well, I think that's the most important thing. You know, he's been there, done it, wore the T-shirt, can score a goal at this level, which is vitally important. And we all know how important goals are. And since the loss of Codge, thankfully the squad of players, in particular the midfield players, have attributed to us going on the run we've gone. So a proven striker at this particular moment, excellent bit of business.
And he's got almost as many promotions as yourself. Can he be a real help in that regard?
I hope so. All of that on his CV was one of the reasons why I brought him here. He's been used to playing at the top end. He's been successful at it, scored goals on it. So let's hope he can do the same for us.
Yeah, he's quite senior now as well. Can he help the youngsters?
Yeah, he's quite senior. I mean, look, tomorrow might be a bit early for him because he hasn't played for a month. So I'm looking at the situation to say, do we train him for the next 8, 9, 10 days? Because it's fair to say he hasn't done much since he's returned to Bournemouth. And he was open and honest with that. And the last thing we want to do is put him out there and he pulls a muscle because he's not quite right. So it'll be too early for him tomorrow, but overall I'm delighted that he's in the building. And of course, with his experience, like you've just asked, of course, that always helps.
And transfer window-wise, very happy with the business?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we knew how difficult it was. As for 2 loan signings which we targeted, I'm delighted that we've been able to achieve it. You know, we've got a very, very good couple of players who will enhance the squad and the team that I've got, which is always, you know, there's 1 or 2 have made way for it. You know, Tommy Elphick was the big decision, but I thought, you know, he's been so loyal to myself, an opportunity to play, and I couldn't give him the opportunity. And with Axel walking through the door as well, it puts us in a position where we'd let Tommy go to Rennes.
And just on Burton finally, struggling at the bottom, but they've got a good away record this season.
Yeah, I've seen them at Derby, and they were very, very difficult for Derby. They nearly got away with a point. Look, you can never underestimate them. They're a good side. I'm a big admirer of what they've done over the years. Who wouldn't be with the budget they've got? You know, I remember Boxing Day last year. We had a big full house, and we stumbled along to try and beat them. If we're slack and not at it, like we know with the Championship, then it'll be a difficult afternoon. If we show the form that we're showing and shown that intensity in our play, then I'm sure we'll be okay. But huge respect for Burton and what they've done over the years, and they'll come here and make it very difficult, that's for sure.
And have you used that Millwall game as a bit of a reference point for those things you just said?
They will be reminded. They will be reminded. I think we all would need reminded. The Championship, as I've said, week in and week out, throws up unbelievable results which you don't think are possible. So we have to guard against complacency. It's pointless going away and winning at Sheffield if we can't get the right result against Burton. Absolutely pointless. So we're in a good place at the moment. Let's make sure we stay there.
Cheers, Steve.
Thanks.
Steve, last week, I spoke to Nigel Clough earlier and asked him what kind of game to expect tomorrow. He said one-sided. What's your thoughts?
towards his own team. Typical comment from Nigel. Of what they've done over the years at Burton is quite remarkable. And I've seen them a couple of weeks ago at Derby, where they were very, very, very difficult to play against, very well organised. They've got some decent players in decent areas. I don't expect it to be one-sided at all. I'm expecting a real difficult game, because I'm sure all week he'll be reminding them to make themselves difficult. And whenever we've played against them, it has been difficult. So I'm under no illusion the Championship's the Championship, and I'm under no illusion that it'll be a difficult game.
And the players are the same way now, complacency.
Well, that's the message. It's pointless going to win at Sheffield if we can't get the right result against Burton. We've played well of late and played with a certain intensity, and if we stay at that intensity and play and move the ball around quickly like we have done, then as we've proved over the last few weeks, we've looked a very decent team.
Now I know this is classic Midlands derby, but all Brombies have got one eye on the following week. Is that something?
Oh, well, let us deal with that in the following week. I'm sure all the hype and all the nonsense will come to the fore. Look, yeah, it's something to look forward to. We've got to get over Burton first and get the right result this weekend, and then we'll prepare properly for the big game the following week.
Thank you, Steve.
Cheers.